Oracle Arena, let's keep it going for your Warriors girls.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And stolen by Garcia. And the dunk by Barnes.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
LeBron against Barnes. James outside. 5 to shoot. Thompson sets the pick for James. That one off the back iron and out.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, it really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Irving with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Irving passes to Smith. No coverage that time. Smith's got his first points in this one. Warriors leading by 15. Curry kicks to Garcia. Green dishes to Barnes. Here's Garcia. A stupendous finish in traffic.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Down low, Thompson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. For Cleveland, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
The Cavaliers trail by 8, and Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Mo Williams out there with Irving, and it's Thompson in at the center position. James wide open, and it's Kevin Love with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Kevin Love, his second first team.
Warriors leading by 8. Back to Garcia. Shoots from the elbow. Good. Garcia's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Warriors.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Barnes against LeBron. Another miss by James.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Verjau's checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Outside Irving. Outside Williams. Lets it go with the 3. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 6 points for Mo Williams.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
And stolen by LeBron. At the elbow, Irving. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Golden State moving it around. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Williams against Green. It's deflected. Here's Irving, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
That coverage is just too weak. I mean, heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you a game.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
Well, it seems like he's gotten a little loose with it since halftime. His fingers may be a little slick or slippery. He went from no turnovers in the first half to quite a few here in the second.
It's a pick by Love. Irving double team. Love goes in, gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
And Greg, it was really their defense just as much as their offense that served as the real catalyst, and I think it allowed them to put that run together.
In the corner, it's James. To take the lead, the kick out to Irving. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
The clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
Outside, Garcia. No good, unable to end this run.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Williams passes to Love. Irving kicks to Verjao.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Warriors?
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
And Freak throws it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Pass to Shumpert. The Cavaliers trailing. 5 on the clock. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. That falls. Great assist by Love. 10 points for LeBron.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Thompson with the bucket.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Cleveland's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. LeBron dishes to Love. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Love's got it all tied up now for Cleveland. Warriors have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Garcia against Irving. Horsley. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
At the line for your Warriors, Horsley.
He hits the first one, and that gives them the lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going for your Warriors girls.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Irving passes to LeBron. And Shumpert kicks to Love. Here's Verjao. Can't hit, and Golden State will go the other way with it. 17 points was their biggest margin, and stolen by LeBron. Outside Shumpert. Pass to Love to take the lead. And another miss by Cleveland. The Warriors lead it. Garcia dishes to Thompson. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
James outside. There's the feed to Irving. And another miss by Cleveland.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against New York. Here's Varejao, and yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. One possession game now.
James, the pass to Varejao. Count!
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. Goes up on the block. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
Can't knock it down, and they really needed that one.
Now you need every basket you can get.
Greg, I think they're still alive here, but they better execute every trip down the floor from here on out.
When they foul intentionally, that's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Outstanding work at the foul line to make this a 2-possession game.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. James kicks to Love. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Outside jumper. Back to James. And here's Love from the arc. Knocks down the trifecta.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
A 3 off the inbound. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors.
Thanks, Kev. LeBron, things turned around in that second half. What was the difference?
Started playing defense, started getting stops, and we got to the free throw line, started being aggressive. We made a couple outside threes as well.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Anytime you deliver that sort of production we saw from him tonight, you're going to put your team in position to win. He gave them points in bunches, and when they needed them. It's not always about how much you get, but when you get those points up on the board.
When Freak puts it all together, it's no contest to who the best player on the court is. He was outstanding tonight. his feel and understanding of the game were on display.
And that brings us to the